Hello there. Take a look at these two videos and I'll be right back.
So I actually am ugly?
Just busted, yeah. And I think that they just like they're looking at you like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly, and then they can't say that, you know. But good luck on that interview, baby, tomorrow night. I'm gonna be right there supporting you.
Why you get...
Because you don't know I don't like to go into this race talk, but this is what I'll be saying. Because you know the person talking is a white woman. I don't want to talk too hard.
All right, I'll do the talking. Because the mum looks busted herself.
It's not about on this busted, because you know the thing is, what you're pissed off about is because you fetishize the black man to have a mixed child, and now you're pissed because you don't look how she looks.
But the daughter looks good.
Of course she does.
She's beautiful.
Very. But you're pissed because you don't look like that. You slept with her dad because you wanted the mixed child, and now you're vexed because you don't look
like that. Yeah.
How about you go suck an egg?
You hear? She says, stupid nigger. There you go, yup. That's Julie for y'all. I'm posting this shit. This Julie. That's Julie. This the real Julie. This ain't the fake shit. Y'all probably right at UTMC. She is racist. You heard her.
So if you're anything like me, you're thinking to yourself, who is this deranged, racist white woman barging into this black man's home, calling him the N-word? That's his mother. Yeah, that's his mother. As in, she physically gave birth to this young man. That's his mother. It should be noted that he's the only biracial child that she has. And this is a perfect example of why we say that y'all can miss us with the, I can't be racist, I got black kids. But we are not going to drop the entirety of the weight on this bitch's shoulders. Because somewhere there's a black man that knew what she was. And I say he knew what she was because there are always signs. He still chose to lay with her. He still chose to reproduce with her. And he left his child with her. But let's take it a step further. I don't give a fuck if y'all call this victim blaming or not. Because around here we ask the questions that people think and are afraid to ask. You clearly hear him say in the video that other people have called her racist and now this is the real her. So my question is, did he out her because racism is bad? Or did he out her because her racism is now directed towards him? Inquiring minds would love to know.
So I saw a bunch of these videos going around and I figured I'll give my opinion on it because I've had a similar story growing up. When I was a child, first off, my mother had 7 of us to 4 different dads, all black men, by the way. And growing up, she might not have noticed that she was doing this, but as you guys know, if you know me, you already know that I've always been a very observant kid, and I noticed everything. Out of her 7 kids, 4 of them took her color, and the next 3, myself, one of my brothers, and one of my sisters, came out, with closer to our dad's color. As you can see, I'm a little bit caramel, but I'm darker. And growing up, there's something I noticed, and I asked her this when I was about 10 years old. And I said, how come you've always had birthday parties for, and I named the kids who were lighter or who looked more like her. And she pretty much brushed it off. It just made me feel like I was overthinking it. But I knew it didn't sit well with me. Then after my father died, she had 2 more kids with another black man. And those kids came out looking, like her, closer to her color. And then she would also have birthday parties for them. And it was things like this. And what's interesting, when she was pregnant with those kids, and I think she did it with my other sister as well, the one that follows me. In her mind, she thought that drinking milk of magnesia would make the baby come out looking more like her, like with white skin. And of course, this is not true. It's stupid, But she was convinced that that's what will happen. And she would, her entire pregnancy, she would drink milk of magnesia. as if it was vitamins. She would walk around with the bottle. I remember the blue bottle, and she would drink it to make the baby come out white. For me, when I was 13, one of my siblings brought home chicken pox. So the entire house had chicken pox. After we got healed, it left dark spots, obviously. And to get the dark spots out, my older brother, he would buy this cream. I remember, I don't want to name drop the cream, but I remember the cream up till today. The thing is, this cream was like this pigmentation kind of lotion. It's the skin bleaching, and it took out the black spots, but it also took out your melanin. And eventually, you know, his face started to get lighter, and this was just something that was normal. When I saw that, and I saw that my mother didn't have a problem with it, I figured, hey, don't mind if I do. And one day when I went to school, on my way home from school, I stopped at the shopping center and I picked up one of those creams. And I started using it. And after about a week or so, my face started getting really light. And my mother noticed, and she didn't have a problem with it. She didn't say anything. She seemed like she was impressed with it. And she didn't say this, right? Because she knows I'm not supposed to be doing this because I'm a child. But she didn't make an issue of it. If I saw my 13-year-old son bleaching his skin right now, I would probably flip some tables. But she didn't make it wasn't a problem. And I kept on doing it. And years later, in my adulthood, I went back to skin bleaching, and it was just something that I would do. And my older brother, interestingly enough, would criticize me and tell me that I hate myself and I'm bleaching my skin and self-hate, this, that, whatever. And mind you, we have the same mom, but he looks more like her. And he would say self-hate because, and whether that may be true to a degree, it was self-hate, but it was self-hate that was bestowed upon me, right? Because it was not only that I hated myself, per se, it was that I wanted to be loved by my mother. If I looked more like her, right? So you look different, so you get cast out by your mother, whether she's doing it purposely or subconsciously, to earn that love. You would do whatever it takes to be accepted, right? So the point of what I'm saying is this. This is not about racism, right? If you want to get rid of racism, stop talking about it, all right? And I'm not saying that there are not people out there who are the definition of what a racist is, but it's also not their fault. The same way it's not my mom's fault. Somebody taught her that. You understand? And what you have to question is the people or whoever it may be that gave this to us. It's the same people or the same group of souls that came together and gave us religion and gave us money and anything else that caused division, right? And with that, you are getting caught up into the human story, right? You're identifying as a black man or a white man did this or a black man did this or whatever. Get out of the story, okay? These are just bodies. These are the bodies that we have to pick from here. Now, that little girl you saw in the video, how about, what if the soul that's using that vehicle, that girl in the video, what if the soul that's using that vehicle came into that bloodline to stop that confusion that's coming through the mother? And the same thing for me. That's all that is. And my job is to ruin your resentment. You can say anything you want to say, but at the end of the day, you're caught up into this story. Oh, and by the way, my mom is black.